My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Banished lead. Was that Fell? Yes, it was. And Stygian Guard, Exile follows. So that's the foregone powers that we're going to be dealing with there. Apply 8 Frostbite, discard a random card. Ooh, speaking of discarding cards, 2 offering tokens in the base deck. Happy to see those. 2 copies of Selfless Sacrifice will advance a unit, consumes the card, and applies 2 damage shield. And finally, a Demonic Fledgling, 1 Ember 2 size, strike, gain Valor 1, shift, gain Valor 2. Sorry, Rage 2. Seraph Eterna's Chosen of Entropy is going to be summoning silence units that we'll have to deal with the backline, but before that, Merchant of Magic, Stygian, and Merchant of Steel banished. Probably going to go to both, I think. I guess there is a world where I could go Merchant of Magic, double Stygian, and then we're looking for an incant deck. Strong start towards that with the offering tokens there. Crown of the Eternal, start of the turn, fully healed champions. Fell is never really going to have that much HP, so not particularly useful. Ancient Pyre Tap, when you're out of energy, cards can be played with their cost in Pyre health. Easy. Savior. Advance, gain Valor 5, gain armor equal to 1 times Valor. Or Vanguardian. On Revenge, apply Valor 1 to friendly units. So then we'd be looking to overstack that line as much as possible. Obviously keeping you at the front, finding a way to consistently trigger your revenge. Yeah, we can do that. That does lean into an incant build as well, though. Just because if I'm going to be consistently trying to cast a bunch of things in order to keep Fell alive on the bottom line, then I'm also likely going to be pairing that, like, or rather I'm looking to overstack that floor, rather. Then I'm going to be casting a bunch of spells down there, the offering tokens to Selfless Sacrifices to keep Fell alive, Just Cause, keep Fell alive, as well as do some shift stuff if I need to, foregone powers for damage on the line. Like, it just seems really likely I end up using that as an incant line. So maybe I do go Merchant of Magic Stygian, Merchant of Magic Stygian. We'll see. Would be one of our rare opportunities to do so. Yeah, I suppose I'll throw you on the bottom line. Oh, hell yeah. Garring Sigavan is going to trigger Revenge on Fell a bunch of times as we strike at spikes. Shift, gain Rage 2. Okay. Double shift there allows us to take out at least the frontliner. Perfect. As long as we end up winning the final combat on the bottom floor, then this fallen champion won't get to the top. I previously felt very confident that we were going to be winning on the bottom floor, but I would argue I feel less so now. Oh, Winged Spirit, full heal. Is that enough to keep Fell alive? And yes, that'll kill Uriel. Okay, woo, we got there. Told you we could win on the bottom line. It was easy. Yikes. Windblade shift, gain Valor 1, resolve trigger shift. I mean, it's just an easy piece of equipment to have when I already have a unit that has a thing that gains from shift. Divinity is also incredible, and especially if I'm going to go to 2 Merchants of Magic, I actually may want Divinity more. I will say Cleave is also really good. So obviously the reason for Divinity is because you put double stack or intrinsic on that bad boy, and then suddenly you already shore up whatever unit is going to be on the front of the line. Also, because I don't... Wait, I do have Selfless Sacrifices in the deck, so I do have another good target for double stack. I don't necessarily need it to be Divinity, though I do want it to be Divinity. Gimme. I couldn't resist. Cuddle Hex. 0 Ember, 1 Size. I mean, right now, that's just another unit I can throw on Fell's line. Also has the ability to freeze a single card for us, which... it might come in handy, it might not, but... Spell Power does nothing in the deck right now, so yeah, Cuddle Hex, please. Spell Chain. Interesting. -1's also very interesting there. God of the Unnamed. Not... In fact, this is the worst possible pairing? Because both of you obviously want to be on the front of your own line, and Fel is definitely going to be the front of its own line. I mean, I guess I can just throw a Titan Sentry on an empty line above Fel. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but that doesn't help anything I was trying to accomplish there. So let's go Spell Chain, Offering Token. Let's... I think I've got a negative... Well, I don't need to -1 Divinity. I'll always want to play a Just Cause, but even if I do, it won't be as impactful. Okay, no, it'll be Divinity. I really hope I feel confident and stand by this decision at the end of the next fight. Things can get tough without a unit upgrade. Okay, so Fel, it's going to be 6/6/6/2. Literally, the incoming damage is enough to kill Fel on turn 1. Only drawing Selfless Sacrifice will prevent that. What do I do? Throw Titan Sentry on the bottom line. Let it deal with the first couple of waves. I think it's all I can do. Actually, this is certainly very helpful. Get a Divinity out there. Sadly, we won't be getting the Collector here, but we will be taking out the Sloven Knight. That'll have to be good enough, because it's about as good as we can do. I should definitely just freeze the Spell Chain Offering Token here. I don't need to play any of those. Also, I can just hit Wing Spirit, full heal the Sentry when the boss arrives. Super useful. Yeah, I think what I really need to do here is just pump additional damage on this line. I think that's about how we accomplish that. I want to spend 3 health to get rid of that Calcified Ember. And then I will dig through the rest of the deck just to get the Foregone Power. 8 additional Frostbite for Erebor. Okay, sick, yeah. I was worried we weren't going to be especially close on this floor, but no. Looks like we got him. Fear allayed. I'll take Cleave now. And happily a Crypt Builder. I've got a lot of spell chain. Got a lot of spell chain, not necessarily a lot of spell chain, but I got a lot of discard in the deck. Perfect. Permanently remove, consume, and double stack are both incredible hits. Obviously, double stack the Divinity is what I think I'm looking for. Permanently remove, consume from a Selfless Sacrifice. Sets it up very well for -2 cost consume later. Plus 10 magic power on a Cleave or a Crypt Builder. Honestly, 50 additional damage on the Crypt Builder. That does get it over the hump of being able to deal 120 damage to a frontliner. That's relevant. I'll take that. I suppose here the argument is called Caeler. Fel's not going to be triggering that much revenge, unfortunately. Klepsydranium, unfortunately, Conduit does literally... okay, Conduit does something in the deck now with the Crypt Builder, but that's it. Willing Catcher, decent amount of metal. Wallow's Bloodletter. Okay, hang on. Friendly units get 12 additional damage at the end of combat, deal 1 damage to friendly units. So that's triggering the revenge on Fel once per turn. That's triggering the revenge on Titan Sentry once per turn. Unfortunately, it kills Cuddlehex in 3 turns, but I've got to take that. Yay, we have another revenge trigger now. We're all good. All ahead on Steam Train Frostbite. Archeon gains Rage 4 on Siphon. Let's try and not let him do that. Ah yes, the coffee is sippable now. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't really like Fel being on the second line. Far too few revenge triggers for me. But you do what you must. Just cause Selfless Sacrifice, and we'll be fine for damage for... Yeah, we'll be fine for damage for the Fallen Champion next floor. So let's start Frostbiting. Oh, hell yeah. Offering token in the Crypt Builder, we can literally just destroy the Flagellant. Yeah, I guess I want to do that more than give more rage to Archeon. Six higher health. For 2 card removals? Don't tell anyone I did that. Like, realistically, I probably shouldn't have, but also, it'll be fine, don't worry. The exact kind of thing that's said right before it isn't fine and you should have worried. Well, at least Caeler dies while sweeping back against them on that bottom floor. Or maybe not. I mean, the Flagellan's going to be removed on this line no matter what. So it doesn't really matter how it happens. Well, actually, for exactly that reason, I should just hold on to the Crypt Builder for another turn. If playing it does nothing. I'm going to keep the Cuddle Hex alive just because I can. I'll move it to the front. I'm going to do the Wing Spirit full heal for every floor. I guess I should start offering tokens first. Yeah. Then move Demonic Fledgling to the front, and then finally Fell all the way back to the front. So when Cuddle Hex is... When the battle is ending on this floor, Cuddle Hex will take its second damage. It will be fine. I can save some HP on the Carrying... Or rather, by taking down the Carrying Sycophant. Opportunity for a little more Frostbite as well. Alright, we should be all good. Yeah. That certainly looks it. Okay, confirmed. We still can get enough damage triggers, but honestly, I'm gonna thank Wallow's Bloodletter for that. Oh god. Are we in the run where I have to take it? I mean, I am going around gilding things. Hoarfrost Effigy. Transfer all Frostbite on this floor to a unit, then double the amount of Frostbite. The bottom floor will do that. Flying bosses will have a bunch of Frostbite on them. I know what card I just left behind. I know. Don't remind me. I know. Ooh, Sound of the Sea. Am I gonna go capacity here? I do probably want to go capacity at least once. I will say, a second Titan Sentry does just still trigger Wallow's Bloodletter once per turn, and then when the first one dies, the second one's revealed. Which is pretty fun. Won't do anything against the silence flaws that we'll be dealing with later on, though. It's got to be Siren of the Sea. She scales so well. I'll take capacity first, but I'm going draw afterwards. The capacity is actually possibly even additionally helpful here if I can find maybe a 1 size in the Banished. I think they have 1 sizes too. I mean, I know what I do with that quick. Vanguardian 2. Battle Dancer. I mean, yeah, we are doing some damage, like some shift stuff on that second floor, sure. Demonic Fledgling's not gilded? Oh, wow. Steadfast Crusader. It's not Steadfast Crusader. It's either Battle Dancer or nothing. It's just I need like a mini stone before I can really make that work. Speedstone, that's a classic called Gallia kind of situation right there. Plus 20 HP, that's your classic Titan Sentry situation. Plus 14 damage just thrown on some... I mean, realistically, I can just put that on Caeler and I wouldn't have to be too sad about that. I could also just hold it. Yeah, because getting her multi-strike could be relevant. Merchant of Steel is still relevant to me. Certainly less so. I will say, like, Merchant of Steel, I would love Dualism. I would love multi-strike on these three. I'd love a mini stone on either of these two. Hell, I'd take a... Well, I mean, if I'm going to take a large stone, I'd obviously take it on the Titan Sentry. I'd also take Endless or Titanite on Titan Sentry. Multi-strike also on Siren. Incant gain armor? I actually don't think that's especially relevant on anyone. One, two, three. I do feel like the Demonic Fledgling is probably a worse pick for this floor right now than Battle Dancer and Siren of the Sea. Perfect. 3 incants, a bunch of shifts. Battle Dancer's got 11 damage from that. Honestly, maybe Battle Dancer should be in front for this one. Sure, it's one revenge trigger that the Fallen Execution is going to send to us, but... Battle Dancer would be a lot better if I was using Cleave this turn as well. I just want to maximize casting on this floor if I can. I guess I played Demonic Fledgling on the bottom floor now? Yeah, so be it. Yeah, I just can't leak like a whole enemy floor right now. Ugh. I want to be incanting on this floor, Adamant Quicksilver. Divinity there ends up pushing more damage there. I don't think that ends up reaching the Collector, unfortunately. I think the best I can do is just set up 2 Stewards on the top line at the cost of a little bit of HP, and sadly say goodbye to that Collector. I hate anti-incant enemies. They're the worst. I'm also going to throw the Battle Dancer in front because it has a bunch of Valor and I want it to be able to gain its armor stacks. Sending you up with a decent amount of Frostbite. I mean, hell, we might draw the Hoarfrost Effigy and use it for, what, like 50? Yeah, that's exactly what it does here. 50 Frostbite. When I'm already winning the turn. I'm already winning. I'm not going to use it. It would have cost me a HP to do. And I'm only going to use that if I can remove cards. Higher health is a precious resource that allows you to remove cards from your deck. Ooh, Sanctuary. 3 Ember, consume, apply damage shield 2 to friendly units, certainly like that. Lead Songbird, 1 size. Valor on friendly units adds an additional damage per stack. Honestly? On the floor that's getting a bunch of Valor? Absolutely, buddy. That's what you get for your patience. Debuffering, consume. Discard your hand, draw 5. Yep. Whatever you say, card. I do really want a bunch of stuff from Merchant of Steel, but also a Merchant of Magic has a lot of value for us now. Obviously, consume removal, cost reduction, holdover. The removal as well. Ooh, holdover. Ooh, intrinsic -1. I will say intrinsic -1 on Selfless Sacrifice isn't that bad. It's definitely holdover spell chain offering token. That's pretty obvious to me. -1 intrinsic. I feel like that could easily be the Selfless Sacrifice. It's a really, really easy way to get Fel to start surviving in those first rounds. And also, what a dupable card this now is. Emberstone for a single cost reduction. I feel like that could easily go on Crypt Offering or Cleave. I'm honestly barely ever going to play Hoarfrost Effigy. I really want to put upgrades on cards that I'm going to be playing consistently. Well, that's curious. I'll tell you, all of these have a place in the deck. Everlasting Light especially. Cold Caeler wields Everlasting Light ridiculously because she triggers it once for every unit she strikes. And the Valor she applies to friendly units would help keep the Titan Sentry in front of her alive. Steward's Quarters, honestly, yeah, I could easily set up a Steward's top floor if I really wanted to here. I don't. Compared to the other things that I can do, I feel like this floor is going to be empty. Meat Shield's obviously also just a really good way of keeping Titan Sentry alive in the front line, but Everlasting Light accomplishes that as well as damage. In terms of removals, we're definitely in the area where now I have to start considering just removing the... I will definitely remove 1 Shield Steward. Cuddle Hex needs to get out of here as well. Actually, you know what? Spear Steward. For the moment, I would prefer Cuddle Hex. Alright. Kodo's fine. I've lost to Kodo like once or twice, I think, total. Nothing in the fight to be especially scared of. Here's a fun bit. I'm going to put Fel behind the Battle Dancer because I know on turn 1 I'm drawing a shift. There it is. Actually... yeah, I just want to cast more spells on the floor. That's fine. Shift you to the front, then shift you to the front. And 2 more incants on there. I will certainly say leads, like, the Everlasting Light on Fel also makes a bunch of sense right now, but for keeping the Titan Sentry alive in the bottom line, I will use it on Cold Caeler. If I put lead Songbird in the front... No, I don't have a way of shifting the units that makes that good then. And you don't care about shift triggers? Okay, fine, I'll just put you at the back of the party then. Got him. Yeah, the lead Songbird is going to be dying all of the turn. That's true. Also, don't super want to win Candle on this for a bunch. Obviously, lead Songbird, I can just give you, one Merchant of Steel gives you some additional health and you're fine. So I'm not so worried about that. Little worried about all these Just Causes I'm not going to be able to use, though. I want to incant on this floor so badly. Is it going to be better than Sap 2? I think it's going to be better than Sap 2. And now it's time for Cuddle Eggs. Keep Crypt Builder, please. Yeah, I guess. It's 2 more spell casts. Now it's time for Winged Spirit, as much additional HP as possible. It's not representing a bunch of damage on the bottom floor, but I actually think it is doing a huge amount of damage. It's just stacking up a giant amount of Frostbite on Kodo. And that Frostbite's doing a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and it's starting to weevil away at the Titan skin. Ooh, Cuddle Hex. Keep Hoarfrost Effigy for me, and we'll see if that bears out. Yeah, I'm going to also throw a Battle Dancer at the front of the line, just get it some armor. Oh, it's got the same Frostbite and Titan skin at that point. Sick. So I suspect just Hoarfrost Effigy is enough to kill you right now. And there it is. That doesn't make Hoarfrost Effigy good. It was just remarkable it was on exactly that cusp. I also could have just shifted the units on the floor and that would have done it as well. But it's nice to let it try and get its moment in the sun. Eagleheart, 2 Ember, consume, advance, advance, apply 5 Valor to a friendly unit, then it attacks immediately. Especially good for Fel, less so for the bottom line, where Cold Caeler definitely doesn't want to advance. I will also say Liquid Courage is just a great card. Damage Shield 1 and Valor 4, great when you've got frontliners on 2 different floors. Honestly, probably better than Eagleheart in this position. Unnamed Tome. Titan's Tooth, also very good. Unnamed Tome, though. You love to mute them. You do love to mute enemy units. Titan's Tooth by default doesn't even manage. Well, it is some backline target that I still haven't gotten. Right? Both of these are capable of taking care of the silence unit, but this, with an upgrade at least for damage, can do it permanently. Wait a second, no, I've already got that solved. Caeler has sweep and quick on the bottom line. Never mind, we're solved. So, without that being a concern, is it Titan's Tooth then? Yeah, I mean, sure. Sure. I've got Hoarfrost Effigy in this deck. Let's give it a chance. Sure. Merchant of Arms. I will note, Merchant of Arms throwing the Everlasting Light specifically on Caeler at the very start of the fight would be very impactful. As for the Empyrean Well Duke over there, the second Selfless Sacrifice certainly isn't bad. I'm not, like, over the moon about it, though. Merchant of Trinkets. It's another Merchant of Arms in the next area, but I'll probably go Merchant of Magic then. So Merchant of Arms, Merchant of Magic, and then I'm definitely going Merchant of Steel in the final area. So this is my Merchant of Arms if I'm ever going to one. And I should make that equipment deployable. Blood-Soaked Arena. Friendly units gain Valor 6 on Slay. I mean, fundamentally, that's just a bunch of Valor for Caeler on the bottom line, right? But what's wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that? I think there's nothing wrong with that. Gosh, Siren's Song. What an unfortunate thing happened to you. I mean, there is a world where Overgrowth Carapace could be ridiculous. And Titan Sentry does have a lot of room to grow on the bottom line, so I could easily see just having it and throwing it on Titan Sentry. Sure. Ooh. Yeah, that plan just changed. Shield of Wing, on revenge, deal damage to the attacker equal to this unit's HP. That would give Titan Sentry the ability to slay sometimes on the bottom line, which would be sick. I will say, Stasis Crystal seems honestly quite unnecessary. I could put it on Cuddlex, and then the Cuddlex... Wait, can the Cuddlex use its ability? No, because its ability would be replaced with a merge. I could put it on the lead Songbird, keep the lead Songbird alive on that floor, but like... What, I'm gonna draw it exactly the turn after I draw lead Songbird? I could also just take Fight Club, get some additional damage on that line, which doesn't seem... It's not bad. God, what do I do? Do I just take Stasis Crystal for fun? Try and find something to do with it? Yeah, screw it. The answer to that is apparently yes. Second offering, that's a lot of incant. The thing is, Selfless Sacrifice's damage shield is very minimal in impact because of the Wolo's Bloodletter, so I'm actually leaning towards the offering token again. doing it. Hell yeah. It's exactly what I wanted that turn to be. And sure, I'll pay for the calcified removal. Oh, damn. Ravenous Zealot got the buff and would do exact damage to kill Fel on this floor. Terrifying. Anyway, die. Hey, could you stop threatening to kill my man? Thankfully, the shield helps us there. God, I think I need to throw a cleave or something on that line as well. Shield of Wing keeps the next line down to... I will... Yeah, I'll cleave. Offering through a couple tokens. See if I can get... That Chosen Bastion's going to be a real problem. Thankfully, it hasn't been getting buffed by Caeler, and because it'll go up next floor to the floor where Cael's from, it won't again. You'll have 148 B by the time you get up there. You'll be taking... I'll take 18 damage to this Chosen Bastion, ultimately. Without a lucky draw next turn, of course. Definitely different ways I could have played that turn, where I could have put the Chosen Bastion in front. But I couldn't have known what I was going to draw as well. Frost Effigy won't really change anything up there. I'll discard the Hoarfrost now. Yeah, dang. We're just not able to do anything about that top lane. That's fine. Play the cards he dealt. I'll get the Overgrowth Carapace for Titan Sentry to start growing, and Bloodsoaked Arena for Gold Caeler to grow even more. Oh, no, wait. Hang on. I can't believe I forgot. Titan Sentry's already wearing equipment. Yeah, it's a big mistake. Am I going to merge that piece of equipment, maybe? Oh. What do I do? I mean, I guess right now I can just give it to Battle Dancer. Or even Fel, to be honest. Fel hits with it twice. I'll give it to Fel. Three hits. You're going down. Whole line's going down. Okay, we are comfortable now. I'm not thrilled about anything that's happened, but we're comfortable now. That's gotta matter for something. I really need to get rid of these foregone powers. Lead Songbird's a bunch of additional damage at the bottom line. Oh, yeah, it'll be that 100 Valor on Cold Caeler that's helped. Oh, there we go! Stasis Crystal! Keeps him alive! Lead Songbird! Yay! Wait a second. Yo, dude! Why is your Valor up not triggering? Excuse me? Stasis. Cannot attack, cannot be damaged or targeted in any way. I'm pretty certain that the stasis keyword also says that it removes certain triggers. Is it not? Is there not a larger version of the stasis keyword? Cannot attack, cannot be damaged or targeted in any way. Because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to still... I mean, you can still trigger incant while you're in stasis, otherwise how does Dire Channel work, right? Or Titan Channel, I mean. But... that 100 Let me just make sure that it had 228 before, because obviously it should. Yeah, 228. Stasis Crystals debuffing them all. Damn. I'm going to submit a report on that because it seems inconsistent with the other, like, aura effects and the text of stasis. How do I submit a report again? Is it F8 or F9? F8. Lead Songbird. Valor plus damage. Aura ceases whilst in stasis. That's enough. They know the mechanics of their own game. I don't need to explain why I think that is different to the way that it works in other situations in this game. Oh my god, all of these incants are supposed to be played on the other line. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, the Stasis Crystal lead Songbird makes absolutely no sense if I'm going to be removing its aura. Then I'm just literally doing nothing, so... we're not going to be playing that. Yeah, like it's gonna matter though. Bottom line's already handily finishing the fight. Yeah, this is especially why a steward's quarters felt wrong. There you go, let's double your Frostbite, buddy. Also then, Wing Spirit to full heal the frontliners, so Titan Sentry's even harder for you to deal with. Yeah, Titan Sentry, I would even just take plus 20 health on Titan Sentry at this point, but obviously I'd really be gunning for those big upgrades instead. Would your enchant work through stasis? Can't tell you. Disregard draws damage spells exclusively. I don't even know if we have 3 damage spells. We have 2 damage spells in the deck, so no. Spike the Banished, 4x Valor. It's worth taking, I guess. Yeah, this one's draw. Because I can always just pay health for additional mana if I need it. Which is also a little easier for us to do now that we've refilled on some. Hold up. Permanently remove consume. Holdover. Nice. I don't get to reroll here and then purchase from the other side, though. That's sad. I do want to hold over something that wants to be cast by an offering token, because it's just an easy thing to hold over. But is a single crypt builder every other turn like really worth anything? It's every turn, but still. Stable Vortex, 100%. Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, I really want to remove Stasis Crystal and Lead Songbird, but Lead Songbird, I can at least give additional health. I don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater on that one. Overgrowth Carapace can easily go on someone if I do manage to get a mini stone later on, which obviously I'd still love to have. Spear Steward, cheers, Steward. Out of here, stewards! I don't think consume removal's especially important here. Especially with how low the value of damage shield is in a world of Wallow's Bloodletting. I want it to be holdover Titan's Tooth, and then I want to reroll and just give you plus 10. And if I reroll, I would be able to. -2, gain consume, admittedly, I have really wanted. Because, I mean, Hoarfrost happily takes that. I thought I had a really good card set up for that. Did I not? Oh, I did! Intrinsic Sacrifice. Cool. Plus 10 on Titan's Tooth. Now that is capable of taking out most backline enemies that are really annoying immediately, and that's all that really needed to get to. Deafening Herald's already here. Interesting. Nobo's enemies restore health when they move up a floor. If they move up a floor. Oh my god, Blood-Soaked Arena immediately. I mean, I could cast down there, but I prefer all of those to get their triggers, so it's just offering tokens on this for, I think. I'll drop Stasis Crystal. I think I just use the Overgrowth Carapace on Titan Sentry this turn, because... Oh. Do I also want to cast Selfless Sacrifice or Divinity? Yeah, I should definitely cast Divinity as well. Because I can just let it grow a couple of times and then later give it a different buff. Different piece of equipment, rather. And Calcified Ember gets burnt. I mean, that's a bit early. We'll see. I think I'm just gonna leave that for a cycle, because Skullkelly is going to be clearing up all of these kills. We're not even going to be triggering Shield of Wing for a while. I just need to focus on the damage on the second floor. Guess there's no reason not to play the lead Songbird, despite the fact that it'll die in 2 turns. Oh, the Merchant of Steel has so much value for us. I love that the floor that I'm doing most support for is the top floor, and it's not interacting with any of the enemies. It's about to interact with its first enemy next turn. Immediately crumbles before the might of our first enemy. I mean, Debothering definitely needs a bunch of upgrades. Well, that of our Gladiator is going all the way to the top if I don't find a way to stop him somehow. And that's not gonna do it. I mean, Shield of Wing certainly would have helped. Well, it's gonna be a fair whack of fire damage for us, unfortunately. It looks like I've got a much better chance of taking down the next of our Gladiator. Cleave will get us over the hump. 115 damage on the top line. You're going to be healing 104.50 as you go up. So you'll take like 3 swings at us, 27 HP of ours. Do I want to gamble trying a Foregone Power and then hitting you with a Hoarfrost Effigy, or... it's probably much better to just hit you with a Hoarfrost Effigy. Drop the Cleave on this line. And a Foregone Power. Just see how far that gets us. Okay. Only had to take 2 hits. Good enough. And then it looks like the rest of this is just a gimme. Oh. Probably. 2 500s in a row is definitely a problem. Also, a Thane with that incant trigger is not exactly what we want to see on the next floor. Yeah, so I don't think the Avowed Gladiators managed to get to the top, but only by virtue of the fact that a Thane is hopefully going to fall on the midline. Although I guess I could also draw into... what? The Shield of Wings still unplayed in the stack? You're kidding me, it's one of the 2 bottom cards. Rude. We'll be fine. Welcome. Prepare to die. I don't think I need a second Shield of Wing. Give me that Eagle Heart. Advance a unit, allow it to attack immediately. Glacial Seal, no. Honestly, Guardian Stone is feeling a little more relevant than the rest of these. I'll take it. I may not ever end up actually playing it, though. When a friendly unit gains Valor, it gains an additional stack. Huge at the start of each turn. Friendly units at the front of the floor gain Valor 2. Pretty big, but a little bit better with the Celestial Cascade. Dualism and Large Stone. Good. Wheel Large Stone, Titan Sentry. I'm gonna drop Dualism on... It's gotta be Battle Dancer, right? Maybe I should re-roll the relics first. Entropy. I don't think Jackstrips ever gets a chance to actually activate. Artificial Pyre Stone is literally just 3 HP at this point. It makes no difference to us. Radiant Arms, when you equip a unit, apply damage shield 1. Again, with Follows Bloodletter, that's almost irrelevant, so kind of unfortunate misses there. I wonder if maybe Valor isn't even the Dualism here isn't even necessary. Because the Battle Dancer doesn't really scale super effectively with it. Heartstone the lead Songbird so that it can continue surviving on that floor. It's just I wonder if maybe I might really benefit from re-rolling here instead. Like, Dualism on Guardian Stone now isn't relevant because I just took up the space that Guardian Stone would have been with the lead Songbird. And also, it's really just not that relevant. Yeah, I'm re-rolling. Interesting. Quicken plus 10 is pretty good for trying to save damage on the second floor, but am I trying to save damage on the second floor? Are we okay against double 500s? No. What's going to make me better against them? Realistically, at this point, card removal. I'm going to cut 2 Foregone Powers. And then with my leftover, I'll get some Incant, gain armor on... It doesn't matter on Battle Dancer because he gets invalidated when you move them to the front of the party with a Valor. On lead Songbird and plus 14 damage on Cold Caeler. That Seraph 10 Sap is going to be a little annoying sometimes, but Cold Caeler thankfully will climb over that very, very quickly. I'm also going to throw Demonic Fledgling on the top line just to feed it for the first turn, because I know Seraph will go there. But only if a unit's on that floor. Bloodsoaked. Cold Caeler is now getting a huge amount of damage out of this. I mean, incanting this floor only... doesn't really change much. Yeah, I think I've just got to start stacking Divinity on for damage's sake. I'm also going to spend some HP to do that here as well, because I really can't just have, you know, when they have a Bastion and a 500 health unit coming up to the second floor, I can't just have them getting past me. Why Valor 6 and it attacks immediately? I mean, it's appealing. I'll stop short of that, though. Yeah, that Chosen Ardent's going to survive. I can set up a Cuddle Hex on the top line, but Lead Songbird is our final unit for the mid. I mean, Deep Offering discards the Curse of Entropy, at least. But I'm probably leaning much more towards Giant Spike of the Banished. And I can't afford to sap my units at this point. Oh, Frost Hex! Got about my Cuddle Hex on the top floor. Could frozen something for me. Okay, perfect. There's that Shield of Wing. Now, Lead Songbirds right on time as well. I'd love to just cast the hell out of spells on this floor. But sadly, +5 to all non-boss enemies does mean, well, it gives the Celestial Bastion the ability to hit us, which gives us the ability to hit it back. On this floor, it causes more damage to Fel once per cast. And we've got Valor. Honestly, no, there's not a downside to this, really. Not a strong one that I can see. Again, I forgot that I had a Cuddle Hex on the top floor, because it just hasn't been relevant. Offering through the Curse of Entropy easily. Yeah, I guess Overgrowth Carapace doesn't matter at all. I can get 50 more health on the Titan Sentry by hitting Winged Spirit at any time as well. Ooh, yes. They've done it. They've summoned the Chosen Bastion. Thankfully, the Chosen Bastion will die before it gets to do anything. Love killing these Curses of Entropy with the Offering Token. So good for that. Deep Offering. Really just not doing that much in this deck, eh? I should get the armor on Battle Dancer. So yeah, I'll let it sit at the front there. All the way down to 1 health and then up to 50 armor. Welcome back to the Incant channel. I guess I want to use Hoarfrost Effigy here. Perfect opportunity. We take all of the Frostbite and double it. 157 now on Sarah. Was that at all necessary? Absolutely not. but we did do it. Keep offering until there's nothing left to give. Hell yeah. Well. Oh, this is fun. Just because I can, I'm going to Eagle Heart the bottom line to move Caeler to the front. And then I'm just going to Just Cause to move Titan Sentry back. Letting Caeler just get a free attack in there. Wing Spirit as well, full heal the Titan Sentry. Make this even more laughable of a challenge. You're not getting to us, buddy. Let's watch this on fast. It's probably just going to come down to the fact that Caeler has the 400 damage, right? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, Frostbite's doing about a quarter of the damage that's coming on this field every turn. That's what I mean, because, like, even in pretty optimal circumstances in MT2, I'm not going to say this run is absolutely Frostbite optimal circumstances. That's definitely, you know, like an Incat Seal with Cuddlebeard Hex, the Cuddlebeard, the one that gives +2 Frostbite per Frostbite, and means it doesn't decay. You know, and the Frostbite Potion and all of those kinds of things. There's definitely a different run that can make a number large enough that doubling that Frostbite and giving it to a single target does something. It is so much harder to achieve that than to achieve almost any other combination of things. In MT2 specifically. Which really makes that card feel bad. And that's the thing, it wouldn't even take that much difference. Like, you know, a bump of some Frostbite numbers here and there, maybe one of the relics that is in Stygian Guard and bad gets changed into another Frostbite support. Honestly, it probably doesn't need that much Frostbite support. But you see what I mean? Like, you only have to bump a couple of things before double starts looking like a really good amount. But right now, at best, it reads to me as if you cost reduce and get a second copy or maybe even a third copy of this into your deck, use it to kill a flying boss before the flying boss phase. But the thing is, if you have enough time to give enough Frostbite to the flying boss and then stack a bunch of additional Frostbite on it again with the effigies, realistically, you're doing fine. Your flaws are already functioning. It wasn't necessary. It's so win more at the moment. That said, it was kind of win more in the first game as well, to be fair. Right. Let's get these units down. Stop myself from having to draw the Demonic Fledgling, but just summon it immediately. That works great. I do really like the idea of Divinity for the bottom line. Maybe Selfless Sacrifice for Titan Sentry here. Because I want you to keep as much of your health as possible so that you're doing as much damage with the Shield of Wing in response to enemies. I'm a little bit led to drop an Eagle Heart as well. Oh my god, I even know where I do that. Okay, never mind. I'm going to be using additional health on this first turn. So, Valor, before I selfless sacrifice the Titan Sentry, I'm gonna Eagleheart Cold Caeler. Because she's gonna gain 6 Valor and then attack, gaining another 3 Valor from Savagery and Entropy to both the Titan Sentry and herself. So some nice additional early scaling for her. That'll be really handy. Also, we're definitely going to beat Entropy and Savagery much faster than we beat Dominion. So let's Frostbite them up on the top line. Hey, little songbird. Ooh. You to the front, then selfless you back to the front. Got a decent amount of Valor on you right now. Interesting. I think I have to play the Overgrowth Carapace here. Just a turn or two of growth on the Titan Sentry, I guess. So, highlight on this floor, cast that spell for just incants value, and then turn of growing. Curse of Entropy in the only hand that doesn't have offering tokens. That's just rude. That's just mean. Glad to see we're going to get Titan Sentry growing again one more time before the end of the turn, before we even draw into the Shield of Wings. So yeah, the Overgrowth Carapace works perfectly with the draw order we have here in the final fight. I don't need to draw that card again. I mean, I don't need the Songbird's damage right now. What if I did give it the Stasis Crystal and just let it grow for a couple turns? Would that really be so bad? Significantly lowers the damage I'm dealing to Entropy every turn. And Savagery in the next cycle as well. It gets it out of the draw cycle for only 2 Ember. I have offering tokens, I don't have to worry about that. Honestly, we're probably going to get Dominion down first at this rate. The Shielded Wing... Sorry, the Shielded Wing. The Wing Spirit. Does it deal a lot more damage than I thought? Yeah, because Dominion's certain. There's the big replacement. I'm going to give a bunch of Frostbite to Savagery, right? Because then I can play this Vengeful Shard and use a Foregone Bower to discard a Curse of Entropy, which ends up saving me some actual HP. Also, Fell's always open to healing back up with Winged Spirit. Given the amount of value you have, though, you're never going to take damage to your health again, so I can leave that in my back pocket in case I need it to use on something or someone else. Cleave the bottom line kills almost everyone immediately. Sick. Why are we all doing so much damage to Fell, huh? What do we got against Fell? Fell's just chilling. god, so many curses of entropy to get through. Well, that's got to be Winged Spirit, because that'll be enough to save him. Hey, I managed to use Cuddle Hex successfully a total of once. No need to applaud. Okay, yeah, no, I'm back on the Dominion hate train. We are going to be taking out Dominion last. What? I'm gonna offering token through a Titan's Tooth. Get a couple more offering tokens on this floor. Let's double your Frostbite. Really? 13? I'm gonna use that for 13 Frostbite on you. Is that what I'm actually about to do? That's nothing. You're still gonna die in exactly the same amount of turns with or without that. Disgusting. I've decided not to do that. Alright. There you go. A little bit more Frostbite while I have control of it. Alright. Next turn, you're dead. Do I want to fish for killing you this turn? Oh no, I can only get bad cards. I'm fine, thank you, actually, it turns out. Yeah, completely fine. No worries about me. Alright, so what does that really do? I mean, sure, but like the offering tokens are in every Stygian deck I play. Caeler, a sweet unit that has quick. I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if... Oh, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this. Don't let the developers hear me say this, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more things that have spikes or more things that manage to punish sweeping and quick units, just given truly how impactful they are in MT2. Like, it really feels like you need a consistent form of before the enemy's attack hit them, and that deals with most of the issues in the late game. It deals with all of the Scourge givers, obviously. It deals with the Rage Wings. It deals with the Hymnists that are giving bad abilities. It deals with the incant triggers in the backline and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they start adding additional things that you have to account for, like more spikes especially seems to be the kind of likely thing in that situation. All that to say, a run that has Caeler and Swip and Quick is not at all uncommon. Realistically, this run is just a ridiculously blood-soaked arena. We've got 100 minimum Valor on everyone on this floor, giving 200 damage to everyone on this floor, courtesy of the lead Songbird. But also just this bottom line, Caeler providing all of the scaling damage as well as all of the scaling defense for Titan Sentry, just courtesy of Everlasting Light. Yeah, it comes down to all of the things that say Valor +1 at the same time. Unless we forget the Captain's Halo and Celestial Cascade. What I think I want to draw attention to, though, because all of those things, again, they happen a lot, is Wallow's Bloodletter. At the end of combat, deal 1 damage to friendly units. Honestly, that is what really made it easy for me to run 2 floors that both have revenge triggers on them, and even double-stacked revenge triggers via the Shield of Wing on the bottom line. It made it so much easier. I love when you can take the downside of something and turn it into the upside. Obviously, it did require that we also gave an upgrade to the lead Songbird to survive it. Hit him with Firelight. $50 damage taken in that final fight, yeah. I mean, admittedly, a lot of that damage I took because I knew I could take. I probably could have gotten through that fight taking maybe 30, 35. Gilded another 2 cards, Hoarfrost Effigy and Demonic Fledgling, and if I believe, actually, if I am correct, that is the final Stygian. Yes, it is. Stygian is now fully gilded. And Pyreborn still has a card I haven't even seen. I'll be looking for that one in the next run, but until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monstering 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past, the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays, out above the thank tier. And special thanks this episode to Tristan. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.